I am your teacher, Mary Equels.
And I'm your teacher, Mary Kogut-Lowell. We are so happy that you're able to join us today.
Today, we will be talking about Polish American food, traditions, and memories. Polish food is a huge part of holiday celebrations here in the United States for Polish Americans, like Christmas and Easter.
It sure is, Mary. I'll give you a couple of examples. To mark the beginning of Lent, on the day before Ash Wednesday, many Polish Americans eat donuts or pączki. And then later on, before Easter, we get our food blessed. Those of us who live in Catholic parishes that have a large Polish American population. So we definitely celebrate with food for Easter, Christmas, and other major holidays. And later today, we're going to take you on a trip to a Polish deli here in Orlando.
Thank you so much for joining us for lunch today.
So Mary, what are we going to have for lunch today?
Today we are having gołąbki, pierogi, kielbasa, and żywiec beer.
Ooh, that sounds good. And I'd say that this is pretty typical of what you'll see in a Polish American kitchen. One thing I'll point out though, is that this food isn't well known in all parts of America. I would say if you go to a large city like Chicago that has a large Polish American population, pretty much everyone will know what you're talking about if you mention pierogi or kielbasa. But that isn't necessarily true in every part of America. What everyone does agree, however, is that Polish food is delicious.
It sure is. There's something unique about the food today. It is 100% vegan. Our gołąbki is made with a traditional rice and meat filling, but the meat is plant-based, nothing from an animal. The pierogi have a potato and onion filling, and the kielbasa is also vegan.
That's right, Mary. And when I made the gołąbki today, I prepared them the same way that my mother and my grandmothers used to prepare gołąbki. The only difference was, of course, instead of using regular meat, I used a meat substitute. So these are vegan Polish American dishes. Many Polish Americans don't do that. Many Polish Americans have regular meat-based food, but it's just something that we choose to do. So now, let's go on a tour of a Polish. This is your Polish deli. This is where I buy my Polish food. Let's look around. Good. Żywiec beer here. Good.
Welcome back. We'd like to show you some of the objects around the home that remind us of our Polish American heritage every day. This first one is a rooster because of our Polish surname, Kogut, which means rooster in English. We have also had this Polish American flag for a few years now, I think, and we love love seeing it every time we pass by.
That's right. And here we have a sign in Polish that I keep in our kitchen. And it's a phrase from the Lord's Prayer in Polish saying, "Give us this day our daily bread." So I love to have that in the kitchen. And here I have a sketch that I'm very fond of. My daughter Christina made this sketch based on a photo of me and my mother at the Detroit Polish Festival many, many years ago. So this is another nice remembrance of my Polish-American heritage.
I remember going to Polish American festivals growing up as well, and I loved seeing the traditional clothing, the food, the music, and the dancing. Another thing that I enjoyed growing up as a Polish American was learning Polish words and phrases over the years. I'd like to share a couple of my favorites with you today. The first one, of course, is the word dupa, which every Polish American knows. And the second one is the phrase stara baba, which is something that a Polish American may say when we are driving behind a slow person in the car.
That's right. And I've been studying Polish for many, many years. It's a beautiful language and I look forward to learning it better. But we just wanted to mention that because just as you students in Poland are studying English, we too are studying Polish in America.
As Polish Americans, we have a special devotion to the Divine Mercy image. This is a special image that came out of Poland from the Saint Faustina, who is a famous Polish saint. My grandmother, Helen Kogut, introduced me to this special devotion.
That's right, and that is indeed an important part of our cultural heritage as Polish Americans. And for a couple of more examples here, I have a scapular that your grandma Kogut made, and I also have here a rosary that I got during one of my trips to Poland with a picture of Pope John Paul.
We also wanted to share with you this portrait of Saint Pope John Paul II that has been in our home for many years. Mom, when you visited Poland, you told me that almost every town has a statue of this saint.
That's right, Mary. And also, I've heard someone say here in America that one sign of whether you're a Polish American or not is if you have a picture of Pope John Paul II in your house, and indeed we do.
We sure do. Thank you for joining us for lunch today. We love our students, and you are welcome here anytime. Cheers!
Na zdrowie!
Hello students! Welcome back to part 2 of today's Polish American lunch lesson. I'm going to be going over some of the worksheets that we used for today's lesson. First, we have today's outline. It has the title of the lesson at the top, Polish American Lunch, followed by the different topics that we discussed today. Those are welcome, food, shopping, traditions, language, and home. Each section has 2 to 3 sentences about the topics that we discussed. Next, I'm going to show you how to complete today's crossword puzzle. Let's get started on the crossword puzzle. As you can see, these are the vocabulary words that we will be using to complete today's puzzle. On the left, it says across, because these clues are for words that will be written across the page in your puzzle. On the right, it says down. These clues are for words that will be written up and down in today's puzzle. For example, down 1, a light informal meal eaten in the middle of the day. The answer is going to be lunch. We will find the number 1, and we will see that there are boxes for each letter of the word lunch. L-U-N-C-H. We will complete the rest of the puzzle exactly like this. And then we are going to move on to our multiple choice quiz. Our quiz today is in a multiple choice format. That means we will ask you a question and you will choose between 3 answers. Question 1. Which meal is eaten in the middle of the day? Is it breakfast, lunch, or dinner? The answer is lunch. Breakfast is the first meal of the day, lunch is the second meal of the day, and dinner is the third meal of the day. Next, what American city has a lot of Polish food? Is it Miami, Las Vegas, or Chicago? The answer is Chicago. Chicago has a large Polish American population, so Polish food is easier to find there than in cities like Miami or Las Vegas, although those cities probably also have their share of Polish food as well. Question 3. Which saint listed below is not from Poland? Is it Saint Faustina? Is it Saint Pope John Paul II? Or is it Saint Michael the Archangel? The answer is Saint Michael the Archangel. He is not a human, so he couldn't possibly be from Poland. But Saint Faustina and Saint Pope John Paul II both are. Our last question is, how do you say kogut in English? Is it rooster, horse, or rabbit? The answer is rooster. That's why we had a little ceramic statue of a rooster in our home to celebrate our Polish surname, Kogut. Next, I'm going to be sharing some coloring pages for our younger students. Our first coloring page is about the word home. H-O-M-E. We invite you to color this house to look like your home. Our next coloring page is about the word lunch. Of course, you had lunch with us in our home today. This man is having a sandwich for lunch. We invite you to write the word lunch, L-U-N-C-H, by tracing the word on the first line and then writing it all by yourself on the second line. Finally, we have a picture of an empty plate, and across the top it says, draw your favorite foods. We shared our favorite foods with you today, and we would love for you to share your favorite foods with us by coloring them on this sheet of paper. You can write your name here and draw your favorite foods on the plate. Until next time, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next summer. Bye-bye.